let's add it to the beginning. Add it to the top of the list, the beginning of the array. How do we add it to the top of the list, did you say? Prepinned instead of a pinned child. So we got our list item here. Then we call a pinned child. She says prepinned. Let's go searching for information on that. JS DOM prepinned. If you're trying to look how to do something with elements on a page, that's a pretty decent way to do it. JS and the thing. All right, parent node.prepinned. This is an experimental technology. We'll come back to that. Inserts a set of node objects or DOM string objects before the first child of the parent node. Sounds pretty easy. This.list prepinned. Right. Dinosaur. We got T-Rex. Oops. Got T-Rex. We got T-Pain. We got T-UV. It's adding them to the top. Victory is ours. Let's go back to that documentation for a second. This is an experimental technology. Because this technology specification has not stabilized, check the compatibility table for usage in various browsers. Also note that the syntax and behavior of an experimental technology is subject to change in future versions of browsers as the specification changes. Compatibility table works in Chrome 54, Firefox 49, not at all in Internet Explorer, Opera, not at all in Safari. Mobile, doesn't work in Internet Explorer mobile, doesn't work in Safari mobile, no support on Android. As much as I wish this were widely supported, it really isn't. It works in Chrome, but I'm going to say we find another way to do this. This is not a criticism of your solution. I like that solution. But we're going to learn another way to do it too that is a little more widely supported. Anybody else do it a different way? Sorry, go ahead. Yeah. What'd you do?
So I used this function, well, this attribute called insertBefore. So
insertBefore.
Yeah. So after I made my list, and this is in handle submit, I made a variable that was like, okay, so this is the list that I already made, and then I did list section dot insertBefore dot then the made like parentheses made list, and then you do list section dot bring it up.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack there. Let's look at insertBefore. Oh, also, let's see. Yeah. Dang you. Sorry, not you. Notice insertBefore is actually the second Google result for prepend. Note insertBefore inserts the specified node before the reference node as a child of the current node. That is using the word node an awful lot. What do we mean by node? So the DOM is a representation of our current document. The hierarchy, it's a big tree, and each thing on the page is a node in the DOM. So nodes can be elements, or they can be text. There may be some other ones, but those are the important ones. So text content, that's a node. An element, that's a node. So if you want to insert something before another thing, you can do it. Okay, parent node dot insert before. So the thing you're inserting it inside. So the parent node is going to be the list, right? So insert before. This dot list insert before. First argument, new node. So that's the thing we're inserting. So that's going to be list item. The second argument, the reference node, which is not optional. Okay, let's look at the definition again. Inserts the specified node before the reference node. Okay, so this is the thing immediately following what we're inserting. So if I have if I'm doing it this way, and I type blah, 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 the reference node needs to be TUV, right? That's the thing I'm putting it before. So how can I get that? Yeah, who said it? Yeah, first child. She said it too. Yep. So this list, it's the first item in the list, whatever that happens to be. So I could say this dot list dot first child. Anybody do it a different way? Anybody use insert before but do it a slightly different way? There's also some folks discovered first element child. What do you guess the difference is between first child and first element child? What else could it be? What else could the first child be but an element? Why do we need two methods? First child's a node either way. So what kind of nodes are there besides elements? Yeah, it could be text, right? It could be a text node. So first element child will insert before the first element. So if there's text and elements, inserting it before the first element child would put it between the text and the elements. First child is adequate for our sake. We want to put it the very first thing inside the list. So we'll use first child. Cool. What's the last time I committed, by the way? Right. Okay. Does that still work as well as prepend did? Triceratops. Quadceratops. Quintceratops. It's doing it. It's putting it at the top. What? Apple TV. Why are you being a jerk? This is a new one. Trust me, I did it. It was awesome. So insert before the list item. That's the thing I'm inserting. And this is the thing I'm inserting it before. The current first child of the list. And we tried it out, and yeah, it worked. It still added it to the top. So what we did in this commit is add dinos to the top of the unordered list. But that's not what we're doing in the array, is it? We're adding it to the end using push.